Hey everyone, Stix here. Have you ever found yourself searching for the perfect MMORPG? Now tell me, would you want it to have an active population? Sure you would. I don't know how many times myself or someone I know have searched for an MMORPG only to find it a barren wasteland upon installing it. That's not only a huge turnoff, but also a gigantic waste of time and effort. So, let us save you some time and trouble and list off 10 of the most populated MMORPGs still around.
Number 10.
Okay, granted, ArcheAge's population normally isn't anything to write home about. The fact remains that it was popular when it launched and had a lot of players dying to return to it. However, coming back to be greeted by people that can kill you in 2 seconds? Yeah, not most people's idea of fun. As of December 2016, Treon launched their large 3.0 update, and with it, multiple new servers labeled Fresh Start servers, allowing players to experience the 3.0 update and everything it has to offer on a new server, giving you the ability to finally progress alongside everyone else.
Number 9.
Although Black Desert Online's population is in a slow decline, it's still fairly far from being in danger of dying. Black Desert recently underwent huge server merges, effectively merging all their servers into one mega server. While people claim it wasn't due to population issues and instead citing PvP concerns as the cause, the fact is nobody actually knows, and as the team behind Black Desert refused to make any comments on the merge or release statistics on server populations, all that's left is for people to merely speculate.
Number 8.
TERA is another MMORPG in a slow decline. Although incredibly popular in Korea, TERA never really reached the level of popularity many people thought it would. Still, after years of being released and their change to a free-to-play model, TERA still pulls in an estimated average of 100,000 plus active players spread across all its servers. While clearly not as impressive as some others in this list, it's still fairly impressive given the fact that it's been out for years and is also completely free-to-play.
Number 7.
Okay, so Blade & Soul is a little harder to accurately gauge in terms of population as NCSoft doesn't release official population numbers. They did at one point earlier this year claim that there were over 2 million registered Blade & Soul accounts. However, as this is a free-to-play game, many people likely tried the game out when it launched. Now, since we're unable to give specifics in terms of numbers, we have to go off of what is available online. Guesstimating. There's certain servers with healthy populations still, but like ArcheAge, Black Desert, and TERA, the game is still in a decline that doesn't show any signs of stopping.
Number 6.
So, browsing around, all we see are topics and threads stating that most of the Star Wars The Old Republic servers are dead or dying, with the exception of a few. Now, BioWare announced earlier this year that there were over 1 million players that log in each month. However, based off of what the actual servers look like and general player feedback, it's likely much smaller than that. Given that the game's population has declined over the course of the year, it's safe to assume that it'll likely continue to do so. However, BioWare does have a new expansion slated for release in the near future that looks like it'll breathe new life into the game, even if only temporarily.
Number 5.
EVE Online recently laid out a free-to-play plan that gives players the ability to play the game for the first time without the need of a subscription. Given that EVE Online averaged anywhere from 150 to 300,000 active players per month, this is likely to give them a fairly decent boost. I don't have any numbers personally for EVE Online after their switch to a free-to-play model, but time will tell if it ended up working out for them.
Number 4.
Okay, so now we're getting into the big boys. The Elder Scrolls Online game, according to their last statement, had sold over 7 million copies. Earlier in the year, the Elder Scrolls Online was touted as holding an active player count of almost 800,000. Although it's not possible to accurately tell what it's at currently, the fact is that the one Tamriel update that recently came out and the current deals due to Christmas likely bumped it to over 1 million if not more. Please note that this is just a personal guess though and not based off of any proven data.
Number 3.
Guild Wars 2 initially launched under a buy-to-play model and after a period of time opted to change to the more common free-to-play model like many games had before it. This didn't hurt Guild Wars 2 however, instead providing tons of new players the opportunity to play the entire base game for free, minus expansions which remain purchase only. Due to all of this, Guild Wars 2 managed to pass 7 million players, though the exact percentage of active players from that 7 million player pool is still unknown. Although not the most populated MMORPG in this list, Guild Wars 2 is some of the most populated zones I've ever seen, featuring players of all levels engaging in content all around the world.
Number 2.
Square Enix's last update in the middle of 2015 had Final Fantasy XIV at over 5 million registered accounts. Over the last year, with their Heavensward expansion and the port to consoles, you can no doubt estimate that that number has grown by quite a margin. Official subscription numbers have never been given out though, leaving the community to guesstimate exactly how active the game currently is. Estimates varies, some putting it at around 400 to 600,000 active players, to some claiming it goes well over 1 million. Regardless, the fact that Final Fantasy XIV has updates every few months, an expansion due next year, and it's Christmas, you can no doubt expect that number 2, like the Elder Scrolls Online, go even higher.
Number 1.
So back in 2010, World of Warcraft held over 12 million active subscribers. That was, and still is, an absolutely insane number. Now, since 2010, World of Warcraft has continued to decline, with it hitting its worst during the expansion Warlords of Draenor at only 5.5 million active players. That's a huge hit, sure, but they kept going. In 2016, with the release of their Legion expansion, World of Warcraft managed to sell millions of copies, claiming it was one of their best-selling expansions for the entire franchise, and raising overall player concurrency to its highest since 2010. Blizzard, the company behind World of Warcraft, have since decided to no longer release subscription numbers to the public, so it's unclear exactly how Legion is holding up going into 2017. However, from what we can tell playing and browsing around, the player base is still quite large due to the overall positive reception of the expansion. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and a comment, if you think we're worth your time anyway. With YouTube's recent updates, they mean all the more to us. Also, don't forget to check out our new website where we post all our videos, updates, and whatever else we can think of at www.mmobite.tv.